I swear that's greatness, greatness, greatness. You look into my eyes, you can see what I see. If you can say the world won't be the same without me, then you call that greatness, and that's a blessing. But wait a second, look, while we on the subject, let me ask a question.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Uzzi Sports Show. I'm Jared Valluzzi with today's guest, Michael Rollo. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
And of course, you're all-conference first team just a season ago. And what really helped you anchor the line on both sides of the ball, just as a junior?
I would have to say I don't think I could ever take the credit for myself. Like I would have to give it out to most of my teammates for prepping me every week of every game, you know, because they were the ones that pushed me. Like every time I would just get upset when I didn't make the play, like they would always just push me harder to keep going. And all the coaches basically just telling me that I have to be trusted when I'm being told, and that's just basically it.
Yeah, and also last year for Massapequa, you guys returned to Hofstra after the prior year getting knocked out in the first round. What was really the key to get back to the national semifinals?
Basically the big key was just work hard in the off season, you know, like the key is not just to make Hofstra, but like we just wanted to be the best of our ability, and not just also win an LIC, but like to be the best team that we can be overall. But unfortunately that's not how things turn out, but it's alright because we got as a plan for us, and we're just going to wait and see what happens in the near future.
You mentioned that it didn't turn out as well as you wanted it to, but you guys did have the big win over Farmingdale last year. I know that game really means a lot. Just take me through that victory.
We were going into that game, everyone was ready. Like everyone was just locked in, focused. Like before we all walked out, we were just in their gym. We were just sitting there, no one was talking to anyone. Like we were all just looking down, hyping up, getting focused. And we just walked out, we just got on that sideline, and as soon as kickoff just started, we were ready to go from the start. And I would say like the biggest moment was that onside kick that we had. And I don't know what happened at first, like next thing I know, like Farmingdale, we see like Farmingdale have the ball, and then the next thing I know, the ref just points to our side saying, it's Massapequa's ball, and we just all get so happy.
Yeah, and also you guys did win your first round playoff matchup. It was a little bit revenge beating Uniondale after getting knocked out by them the year before. How did it feel to really beat the Knights in the first round?
It felt really good, you know, because they're a very tough team, you know, very underestimated, a sleeper team, I would say. And they had a lot of weapons, and to the point where we were able to stop them. It just comes with all that hard work during practice.
So Michael, during this COVID-19, everything has been really different, I would say. So what have you been doing to stay productive during this quarantine?
At first, when it happened, I wasn't lifting at first. Like I just basically do just push-ups, sit-ups, like just the basics, and that was it. And then my friend was like, if you ever want to come over for a lift, let me know. And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. And I'm like, let's get work at it tomorrow. And we just kept working from since. It's like started since April.
And what have you really been doing to get yourself out there to the college coaches during this time?
Basically what I would just do, I would email a bunch of position coaches, recruiting coordinators, all of that, and just tell them a little bit about myself, like my attributes, like my height, my weight, like what I do during my off time, and like I just send them my film, of course, and my grades, everything, just to let them know what the kind of person that I am.
And going into your senior year, you definitely want to be like a team leader. So during this time, what have you really been doing with your team?
We've been going ever since our field opened, ever since all the fields open, we've been trying to get as much work in as possible at our own high school field. We would run, we would flip tires, we would push sleds, we would just do work to the point where we just couldn't work anymore. It would be basically like 3 or 4 hours of workout every single day.
So when it comes to recruiting, what do you think really separates yourself from other players?
I would say probably would be mostly like about my work ethic, you know, like whenever I talk to if I would ever talk to like any school, no matter what level they are, like it would kind of like motivate me to keep going forward. Like it would never satisfy me, and just keep pushing me to go harder no matter what it is, whether if it's on the field, in the weight room, in the classroom, anywhere.
And one thing I actually noticed about your game is your athleticism. Compared to most linemen on the mound, you definitely have to be one of the faster ones. So how do you really use your speed to your advantage?
How I would use my speed to my advantage, like I would mostly like not trying to like get past the guy that's on the line that's trying to block me. Like of course like I would have to use my hands too, but like I would try to like swipe and just like flip my hips and just get to wherever the ball is going and just run as fast as I can to make the play.
Of course, with recruiting, obviously the skill set, which we just talked about, but grades and character are a really big part of that. So how important are those two things to yourself?
Grades mean a lot to me, you know, because like this year I wanted to leave my mark basically, because everyone always says how junior year is your hardest year, like you gotta like be focused, like you gotta really put in that work, which I really took into consideration, and I truly did that.
And now for Massapequa, you guys are in Nassau Big Boy Football Conference 1, so you guys have a tough schedule compared to other Long Island public schools. What's really the key to going into battle each week to be ready?
The big key is just have that great mindset, you know, think positive, and just keep working hard during practice, because practice good, you play good, and you just can't slack at all. Like when it comes to like a big time game, you gotta make big time plays in practice. Not just even in the games, because like you could take from practice a good week of practice and put it into a game.
Yeah, you mentioned that tough schedule and some big games. What's really the game that you're looking forward to the most?
For me personally, I would say Oceanside, because after what happened last year, like I just want to get back at them for what they did, and just prove to them that we're better than that and that we're more disciplined than that. And I know we are, and I know we can prove it to them.
Also on your schedule, of course, you guys do play against Farmingdale, and everyone loves to talk about the Massapequa and Farmingdale rivalry. So what does it really mean to you and your community?
It really means a lot, you know, because we're both known as the towns next door, and we just love playing against each other. The atmosphere is just amazing because every bleacher is packed out on each side, and we just come in there, we're playing against the Farmingdale Dalers. Like, we all know what's up for stake, we all know what's on the line, and just knowing that we have guys next with each other and just keep pushing us, like that's what we love about the game.
Also going into next season, who are some of the returning guys that could really help you out?
We have a lot, actually. We have a lot of weapons. Guys like John Giller are returning on county quarterback. Guys like Tim Morrow, who is our running back / slot. He'll play anywhere. He's just one of those guys who's like a selfless character, and he'll play anywhere to help out the team. And we have this one kid who was actually injured for most of the year. It was a shame because he could have been a special talent. A guy named RJ Comel. He could have been our starting defensive end and our right tackle, and he's looking to come back better than ever this year.
And now, Michael, this is one question I love asking. If you could schedule one game against anybody in New York, private, public, absolutely anybody, who would it be and why?
Can I do both private and public?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. For public, I would definitely say Garden City, actually, because I look at their team and I look at my team and I'm like, I don't see anything different about them. Like, they look exactly like us. Like, they're built like us. I don't know, like, I would just love to play against them just to see what they're all about. Like, I can definitely tell, because I've been in a couple of their games before, I can definitely tell just looking at them play and just seeing their coaching staff, because I know they're well coached and they're well disciplined too, so they definitely are being trusted in what they taught. For private, I would probably have to say Kellenberg, because they have a lot of guys on that team that I know and that I've played with before, and I don't know, I would just love to see, like, I'd love to test them out, like, just see, like, how they've been, like, how they play, and, like, how they're being taught to do, and I don't know, it would just be fun.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, I'm Jared Valluzzi. Thanks for watching.